We got Sook as well, starting us off strong. Yesterday was insane. I'm sorry I didn't get a second stream in last night. I got home with like a little bit of a food coma. I was just like, I'm too bloated to play well. But yeah, yesterday was insane. We had like 150 subs for the day. Like, absolutely insane. It was like a peekaboo stream yesterday. I just don't know what the math of it, because like, I feel bad that I missed a couple people, because I was like really grateful for it. And I'd like to type everyone up, kind of peekaboo style. And it was not adding up how I typed it up. But like when I do my little, I don't think it'll show on stream, but if I do my little activity tracker thing and I look at it, it didn't add up either. So I don't know if it like wasn't properly tracking like the Twitch matching and giving extra subs based on how many people gift subs. But like I thought I had all the ones that Vague and Mike did, but like I don't know. I had to have missed something. I think Vague was at like 50 and Mike was at like 30 or 40, and then Abrua had 5. And then I feel like Twitch matched 20 or 30, and then we had a couple individuals. And we were at like 115 or 150. And I was like, this should be adding up to like 80. But it's like, did I miss someone and my alerts just not properly work? And I feel really bad. Because obviously if someone's like spending a lot of money gifting, I don't want to just like donut wallet. Like, even an individual sub, I'm always happy to just even like farm a prime here and there. You know, it supports me to do what I'm doing, but I don't know. I feel like I missed a lot of people yesterday, even though I like quadruple checked. I was like, the math is like not checking out. Yeah, yesterday was insane. Keyboard facing the side and so you don't? Does keyboard have a higher rating? What do you mean by keyboard facing the side? Like, they do this? I feel like that's a webcam angle thing. I'm guessing what you're asking. Like, you're saying they have the keyboard like that? That's fucking weird. That's not as good ergonomically for your wrist either. Especially if you have like a wrist rest or your keyboard has feet. Because like sometimes you'll have like the little rubber kind of mallets. Like my keyboard. Like kind of just the railings. Well, this one doesn't have like protruding ones, but this different case I have for the Wooting than the base one. When I fully modded out the Wooting 60, that was before they started selling the individual modules and individual cases for it, and I had to get like a custom tofu case from KBD fans to fit the Wooting back then. According to the Wootility Hub, I think I'm supposed to be getting it, the 80, between like the first couple weeks of next month. Finally, I've been waiting like 4 months for it. Let me see if I go to view this order. Yeah, estimated delivery October 4th to 18th. I literally pre-ordered the minute pre-orders came available, like within the first minute, like first 30 seconds. I was watching it like a hawk. Yeah, it says October 4th to 18th, so. I'm excited. I will have to figure out how I'm going to make it fit. I mean, right now, I kind of have I bought, even though I had the really cool custom, go really bad, my girlfriend. Custom wrist rest that she got me. It was like a kind of really nice wood that has like Naj on it. And like my Shadow Dance heart, like tattoo kind of sub badge logo on it. And it's nice and it fits this keyboard perfectly. But wood isn't as cozy as it used to be. And it's, you know, it's a really good, inlay with like mother of pearl in there. But I needed to get like an 80% layout wrist rest, so I just got like the official like Wooting one. But I kind of want to just like mod this out to be custom wrist rest just for fun. But she's the artsy one and might help me up with that, but. So I can already kind of plan how big the 80% layout keyboard is going to be based off of how big the wrist rest is, since the wrist rest doesn't even fit right now, because I'm using a different one. Lower actuation point. Yeah, I have all the settings for my Wooting on the Discord as well. But yeah, basically they revolutionized keyboards last year, and pretty much every keyboard company has been frantically trying to copy them. And basically what they did to mechanical keyboards that everyone's starting to do now is they do what's called Hall effect switches, which are magnetic mechanical keyboards. And the reason why you want the magnets is basically it's not as linear of off or on. You have this kind of dynamic thing what they call rapid trigger, where basically you don't have to wait for the key to go all the way down and then all the way back up to reset. You can have it be fluctuating between like all the way down and halfway up and just keep repressing it and having it reset faster. So you can just like mash keys faster, basically. That's different than the whole SOCD thing that they had that was like an issue in Counter-Strike and stuff, because it would give you perfect strafe inputs for like your reticle like not shrinking and stuff if you wanted to do like perfect counter strafing, because you could like set it to like have priority alternating the cues and stuff. But like you don't have to use the fancy stuff like that. It's literally just you have custom actuation points and rapid trigger that lets you repress the key before it's done resetting, so just all your inputs are faster basically. It's like way less input laggy, and every company's been trying to copy them for like a year, and there are alternatives now to it, and they are a little heavier on the price budget than some of the cheaper ones, but it's nice to have like actually good web, you know, non-bloatware software and not be tied to some weird like SteelSeries app or something dumb. But yeah, this is a game changer. Like once you get used to like rapid trigger and like a bunch of stuff like this, it's like minus 30 ping, maybe more. It's just less input laggy. Your movement feels insane. Like there's just like no input lag and it just feels good. But yeah, I do like 0.3 actuation. I've changed my settings a lot lately on the Wooting than what I used to, but I have my Wooting profile on the, because you can import profiles too. But I have the code for my profile on the Discord. But I do 0.3 on movement keys, and then by default everything else is 0.6, and then like Shift Alt and Control and all that are at 3. Just so I never like accidentally fat finger them if I'm pressing Z or something like that. And then I make R and F for like kick and vanish a little harder to press too. So for me, like almost every key is like half a hair trigger, and then movement and like rotational stuff is like not even a fraction of pressing it. Like I literally one activated and I didn't even like push it down at all. Like it's a hair trigger. And then everything else is like an actual half press. And then vanish and kick are like 80% of press. It's kind of the way I have it set up. But it definitely makes you play way faster. It's great. And then like I said, if there's like a key you're worried about fat fingering, you could just make it harder to press. And then like I don't have rapid trigger on the modifiers, because sometimes I feel like I enable and re-enable the modifier too fast in like a half a second window, and then sometimes I'll like accidentally focus step when I'm meaning to like single target step because I like reshifted to press like a different button that had shift. So like I don't risk it with the modifier keys. But yeah, it makes you play a lot faster for sure. But like the main downside of Wooting is just the only downside literally is how long it can take to get them sometimes. I think it's a lot easier to get the 60% layout now if you don't like arrow keys or F keys and stuff. But a lot of times you're pre-ordering and waiting a few months, but it's worth it. As opposed to just like going on Amazon and buying like a SteelSeries one or something that does like 60% of as good of a job. But you know, you get an instant gratification. Yeah, I did normal and got them out on my first try. Everyone was begging me to buy it off me. But I like insta-learned it. I should have waited and took offers, but... yeah, I think like the plastic layout is like under 200, I think, before shipping. And then I think I did the zinc alloy, so it was like 300. I mean, if you do like normal custom keyboards back in the day before Hall effect switches and everything, you were still looking at like 300 or 400. Because keyboard stuff in general is expensive. Like just getting like a good like GMK keycap set could be over 100 sometimes, maybe more than that. I mean, you can find like more mass-produced sets that are cheaper, especially if people like reselling them that are just like enthusiasts that have way too much and they're just like, you know, trying to get de-hoard. You can kind of find good deals, but yeah, for me, this key doesn't. Mine right now doesn't have F keys, but the 80% layout will, yeah. But I don't think it's like the NoPo normal custom keyboard layout of like directly above 1. I think it is a little bit indented. But yeah, that's because I have the Wooting 60 right now, which is like the 60% layout keyboard. But the one that's been pre-ordered for months now, that is finally coming out in the next 2 months-ish, that people are reviewing now, is the 80% layout. So I'll be excited to have F keys and arrow keys again. Because I use arrow keys for swap action bar 1-2 for like transmog mount and like Hearthstone and, you know, stuff like that. But a good life hack you can do for that is you, even on a 60% layout, so I kind of make the right Windows key be the function layer key. And then these are kind of like pseudo arrow keys. But if I need to use like delete for like control alt delete or like deleting a file in Windows or something, let me see if I can. You can do what's called like a function layer, and basically I can, as long as I'm holding down this bottom right key, it basically turns it into this alternate keyboard. So like I have the right key in the bottom right here. Oh, I just realized my webcam's off for this because I was recording something on screen region. But yeah, if I'm holding like this button, it will allow me to like skip music. So like I can kind of keybind skipping Spotify. I make that be my arrow keys. I make that be my F keys. So like if I need to alt F4, I'm just holding the bottom right, and then I can press like 4, and that becomes F4. But obviously I wouldn't do that for like an in-game keybind of being like, oh, I'm going to combo function layer with 4 to have a F4 be a WoW bind. I mean, in theory, you could do that. Like, in theory, you could make Windows key be a function layer key, and you could have it be an actual combo kind of mouse button thing, where you could be like Windows key 2, and it lets you bind F2 that way. Like, that would be kind of OP, actually. It's kind of what Peekaboo used to do with the Naga, where he would bind the Naga buttons individually to shift alt control, and he would do a combination of keyboard plus mouse, where it'd be like, I'm holding alt on the mouse and then press 2. Which that does, like, let you go from, like, exponentially 80 binds to, like, 200 binds, you know? Because you're going into, like, some crazy controller, trigger combo kind of thing of, you know, like... But yeah, you could do it, technically, like, move a function layer there, but... I might actually have to play around with that. That might be kind of cool. But yeah. That's kind of the jank way of a 60% layout that I use to be able to use F keys and delete, and it's a nice bonus that I can like manage Spotify too that way, where I can just be like, oh, I want to pause my music real quick without alt tabbing, even though you know, I have, because I got the Twitch dashboard and Twitch chat over here towards my microphone with the webcam obviously, and then obviously WoW, and then we got OBS and everything over here in Discord. Is that or I mount a 4th monitor above the 3 for Discord? I don't know. I'm already still alt tabbing too much with 3 monitors. I think only 2 set. It used to be a debate when the tier set was bugged, but they nerfed the tier set in PvP like 2 days ago. Because all the tier sets are supposed to be nerfed in half in Arena, and Subrogues was one of the few that wasn't nerfed, it was bugged. But they properly nerfed it. And 8% for like a couple globals a minute is not really worth almost 10% rupture pad. Like having 2% crit isn't the end of the world that you don't need. And like 300 haste that you don't need, but Yeah. Yeah, the only gripe I think, I'm like thinking about it more now, if I wanted to do the function layer, the only gripe I would have with it is I would need to make almost both the keys the same. Because then there'd be like a combination of keyboards or like things where like if I was trying to press a certain key combination and I was like locked into the other function layer, it'd be weird. Why not use 75? Well, my customs were 75 back in the day before the Wooting came out and I had to mod my Wooting. Because I had like a really expensive custom keyboard that I loved. That I put like a 400 into. And I used a lot of the parts for that into kind of what I modded the Wooting with, but... Yeah, I pre-ordered the Wooting 80 like literally the minute it was announced. Or like, yeah. Or like, I was like pre-watching the date they said the pre-orders would start. So I get mine October 4th to 18th, I think is the range it says. So I'm really excited for that. I might even have it for Cup 2, shit. That's gonna be a big upgrade. So, I mean, it's basically the same keyboard, I just 8K polling and a little faster. And a few other like upgrades. And then the switches are a little nicer. That and I went with the 45 gram switches now instead of the 60. And the Lecker V2s are better than the Lecker V1. Because they like changed the housing and a few other things. How's the new expansion? I mean, Subrog is really, really good right now. But yeah, the rework, I don't know how I feel about it yet until I actually play it. So what I've heard now is that the new symbols talent or whatever isn't actually blue combo points with how you supercharge a combo point. It doesn't mean anima charge. It just means your next 2 or 3 finishers are better. So you don't have to worry about blades or pre-med screwing up the new talents. It's not that clunky. You just gotta, you know. So hopefully the damage will be high enough to compensate, but... Yeah, losing CDR is the whole point of the class, because that's what gives you a blades window they don't have trinket, or gives you a blind window the healer doesn't have trinket. I would much rather they just commit harder to the rework then, because I do think CDR is impossible to balance. But, it'd be nice if they just... like, deleted duel, deleted bargain. Made DFA, like, really, really good. Made like rupture and like bleeds in general not break gouge. Like kind of dirty tricks / Sangveen style from like classic. I think bargain is really boring to just have a complete passive be mandatory. Like there's so many matchups where you have to play like dual disarm bargain and it feels so bad not having bomb. And I think duel is also like, it would be a giant nerf to lose it. But it's just, it's so impossible to balance. And it's so buggy too. Like there's so many times where people just peel you like a whole global into duel. But if their whole goal is like dumbing things down, I think taking duel out would be nice, taking bargain out would be nice. And then you'd actually be able to like switch your honor talents around based on the matchup. You'd be like, oh, I want to like step eat teammate traps more. Or, oh, I want to, you know, DFA coil. Or, oh, I want to play tricks for my teammate, you know, and it's like, that's another one is like, I think tricks is really weird. It should be baseline. Not the damage honor talent part, but like the class talent. It's really obnoxious that you have to like switch your class talent to even be able to use an honor talent. Like I don't know why that's not like baseline. Or at least the class talent should just come with the honor talent and just be the way to, you know. But yeah, I think in general, honor talents need a rework for like most specs though. Like there's just too many dead ones that are still terrible. And then there's just too many like ones that used to have a niche that are just bad for the game in general. Like I don't think the God Cloak thing should be in the game. It's really buggy. It still gives you like hard immunity for like a global. Like you can cloak a blind. And in general, it's just, you know, dumb. I mean, it would be a big buff to Asa for this not to exist, but for like Rogue Envy. But I think it's pretty bad for the game. I also think disarm should just be a little weaker too. Like I think there should be like kind of a weapon chain kind of thing. Like Deathstalker even with the restealth bug. You just have to play around that. It's still just way more rupture pad and way more burst. And Trickster also constantly breaks CC if you don't cancel flawless form. But in general, you don't go for that many restilts anyway. Kind of go in and you play like Outlaw and you just do a lot of micro CC and then you just try to get a good duel. You just try to make, you know, blades and blind and duel and stuff be faster than people's trinkets. It's not really a perma run re-stealth in between every single go type comp. You just do an extended go and you try to chain the CC chain with like kicks into like the next go. That's only good for dot damage. I mean, it's another stack of Macabre. Sometimes it gives you, like, bugged Shadow Strike teleports during dance without consuming the buff. And it's an extra stack of Macabre, and then Perforated is just useless and too clunky, and Inevitability is useless, unless you're playing Shadowcraft. So it's, like, the only option. Also, it's, like, bugged in a couple negative ways, too, where Sepsis does not properly interact with Blades or Premeditation. So, if you have Premed, any button I press would give me full combo points, right? But if I press Sepsis, it gives you one combo point. It doesn't consume the pre-med or use it at all. And if you use it with Blades, it'll give you 6 instead of 7. So you generally, it will do more damage than a Shadow Strike, and it's an extra stack of Macabre. So you want to, like, kind of religiously pair it with Blades. Because that'll give it a couple 100k more damage, too. Otherwise, it kind of breaks even with a Shadow Strike and isn't as combo point efficient. Or global efficient. Unless it's like a really, you know, late game somehow it didn't line up because of how they trinket peeled you or something, and it's like I need an emergency extra re-cheap shot or something. Like the stealth move thing of it can be like a nice bonus sometimes, or sometimes it just lets you teleport multiple times during dance, like to like chase a mage, and then sometimes it is like a restun when your dance ends without you having to double dance to go. Yeah, I'd say like the overall game is pretty similar to Dragonflight, but faster paced. So like an 11-minute Dampener Season 4 game is like a 6 or 7-minute game now. But it's still very much so a micro CC PvE meta, but there are still like potential for like 2 to 3 minute quick kill games now. So like the pacing is faster, the leveling is way quicker, the gearing is way nicer, there's no weekly vault, it's really easy to transfer honor between all your characters. You get sockets from honor. It's completely catch-upable because you're not even behind on weekly vault. Like if you start playing on like week 4, you can literally get completely caught up on gear just getting your conquest cap. Way more quality of life stuff. The crafted gear isn't even bottlenecked by like sparks anymore. Sparks and stuff are only for crafting PvE gear. You just like upgrade the green crafted gear into epic or honor. So it's definitely infinity improvement over Dragonflight, like gearing wise and like leveling wise. Not because it's new, because it's better. Yeah, I mean, like I said though, if you hate the PvE style Mythic Plus Arena AoEing everyone, then like if that's your like core gripe and you like playing around CC chains and stuff, how you doing, Eros? Then it's not gonna have changed enough for you.
Hey guys.
But if it's just like you have a limited time to play, like it's way easier to play now. Yeah, shuffle queues are really long once you get high rating. I might get some viewer 2s in or something just to get some reps in. Speaking of Errol's, if Bodify's not on, I got you if you want to do some games, Errol's. I said I'd get you in yesterday after I did some Rogue Lock. I was gonna do a second stream last night, but I was in a food coma. And now I feel a little weird and slow today from the food, but I don't know if the food I ate was bad. I feel kind of weird today. Start pushing shuffle after AWC's over. The problem with the shuffle right now is there's like a hidden MMR cap. And it's like egregiously tuned where like it's not even like the top 2 players in the world are MMR capped. It's like if you're like top 50, top 100, you're MMR capped. And like the only way to actually climb is to get like multiple 6-0s in a row and like leapfrog your ults of like, oh, I got lucky playable non-counter comp lobby. Okay, go on the other one till it gets 2 lucky lobbies. Okay, go back on the main. It got unlucky. Wait till I get lucky and pass my ult again. And, you got to get lucky like 3 or 4 lobbies in a row, kind of. To truly get like #1 overall of all the classes, not just like #1 of your class. Because like to get like 21, 20, 150, it's fine. But like to get like 22 plus, it's just like a lot of like, oh. I didn't get like double dragon survival huntered on my like Asa, or oh, I didn't get Ret warrior melee cleaved on 2 or 3 lobbies in a row, But shuffle in general is a little bit more RNG of a bracket. Yeah, we'll just get some viewer 2s in since these queues are brutal soon. think we're just like 2-1 MMR on this run, because I haven't played that much sub on my ult. I'll Stormbolt in a second. Not doing it. Hope you're for him. I hope so too, man. Millions of people that play PvP. There's like 10 million WoW people overall. I would say like a couple 100,000 are playing Arena at best. Like 50 to 100,000 per like region, maybe. It's not that many people playing Arena. It's pretty niche, big fish, small pond. It's very different than like being like top 5 of your spec or something in WoW is not usually even as impressive as being like top 100 or top 1,000 of your spec in like the really popular free-to-play 10 million player games, you know. It's just there's too many barriers to entry, even though I love it and it's unique and you know it's something that should be a standalone, not tied to an MMO game. Like I like the idea of, you know, having a lot of keybinds and target and you know and focus and cast bars and you know tracking so many different auras and stuff. I think there's so many plates and spinning and stuff that can be optimized, and it's such a unique format. But yeah, there's just not many people want to go through all of the PvE chores usually, even though leveling is super quick right now. Like you could literally, even without skipping cutscenes and stuff, if you're like the most casual, I just bought WoW for the first time, I'm watching all the cutscenes, I don't really know how to play my spec, I'm under geared, I just have a leveling boost, and you just do the campaign on the rails, first time playing WoW period, you probably still could get max level in like 10 hours. From 70. Instead of it being like 5 or 6 hours of being a sweaty speedrunner, you know? Is the reason your opener is different to Palomar's? I mean, it's situational based on the matchup, right? Sometimes you're just cheap shot rupturing and then striking if you're just trying to rot things. Sometimes you're doing like gouge kidney strike. Sometimes you're off cheap shotting this guy and then kidney striking. Sometimes you're doing cheap shot strike and then rupture. It depends like if they're auric, if it's like a 2-in-1, how you set up CC with your team, how/where you got the sap. If the first target you're opening is like the initial opener. Like there's kind of like, you know, niche things versus I'm just world PvPing on this guy. But I would say mine is pretty much like the normal style of just get up the rupture, then get up an abyss, then get up a secret, and then get up a darkest night abyss and re-T if you have to. It's kind of pretty standard. Because you want to like line darkest night and finality up. And rupture is an extra stack of macabre. And you want to get the corrupted blood stacking going early too. And it almost adds up to be an eviscerate. Like, it's definitely not worth to like ignore rupture. Like rupture is really, really important. I think the hardest Envenom I've seen in an arena, I tweeted it, was like a 1.95 million on a warlock. Dummies are always like twice as hard as it would be on a player or more. Like the dummies are not accurate. Like I could go evis a dummy for like 2+ million and it would be like 900k on a player. But yeah, it was a Zoldyck with like Shiv and Lingering and everything. Because I think When your death mark ends, you get 30% more. And then I had Darkest Night, obviously. And then they had Shiv, obviously. And then I had like weapon procs. And I think I had something else on my team too. And then they were also below 30%. And this is like the same bug. Well, I wouldn't call it a bug, but the same concept of Kingsbane in Dragonflight. And that is that Zoldyck snapshots. So if you do like an Omega Kingsbane and they're at like 50%, and like I'm just equating that to a Darkest Night and Venom also. If you do a gigantic hit like that and they're at 50, and that giant hit puts them under 35, it retroactively starts to gain that 30% modifier. Rather than, oh, you had to press that button at 30%. Or 35%. So like you can kind of get like the Omega Darkest Night Shiv, 6 combo point. Actually, like 7 combo points even on Essa. I thought I was 6. But yeah, you can get the Omega and Venom that way. 7-point Darkest Night and Venom. With Darkest Night and Shiv and Zoldyck. And it was like 1.95 million. On a Warlock. Granted, he was at like 10% when I pressed it. And he was like already in bleed execute range. But it was pretty funny. It was just so overkill. I think it's also just harder to find queues early in the day, so I definitely should just do some viewer queues right now. Waiting simulator, true. Let's get some views going. High rating shuffle. There's like a 2-hour primetime window where people actually play the game. Oh, he was so close to getting that off. That was weird because he's an orc. Vanish, respec, karma. Look the karma. APM. Respec back to Sarm. Sarm to CDs. This guy's pissed. That's some fucking some sod shit. Switching the glyph. Can't kill this guy though, cause second win. Oh, the monk's back. I don't have karma. I don't have trinket, I'm gonna die. Cheat death procs on touch of death. Gouge him, get a bandage. Oh, so close. Gonna tell us off, I hope not. This is kind of ridiculous though, because it's not like we're like the highest MMR. Yeah, we're like 2-1 MMR on sub right now on this one because it's my ult. I haven't even done that well on this character somehow. I think someone rage quit this. Or no, this was like the lobby where the healers griefed me. This should have still been better even with a survival hunter though. It was just the first healer was going like 0-6 and then I started to flame them. And then they started trying only against me after they lost on my team 3 times. They just like didn't use paint subs or swaps at all, and then as soon as they were against me, they like plugged their keyboard in. It's kind of sus. That was like the only lobby I've kind of lost, I guess, but... I jinxed it though, because I was like 90% win rate on both specs. For like the first like 40 rounds. Even with the MMR like the last like 4 or 5 lobbies, and then it just started going even and going 3-3, 4-2 too many times after. And it tanked the win rate really hard, but it is what it is. Way too many DBM shit. I just wanted to install it for literally just a Mythic Plus I did. I should just uninstall it. It's like 20 different versions of it. It's crazy. These queues are just insane though. I'll just get some viewer 2s going. Just awkward that I've been sitting it on this character. If I was sitting it on my main, it would be fine, because then I could do viewer 2s on the alt. But, I mean, maybe I could just do viewer 2s on a different character, I guess, until we get the shuffle. Maybe I just play my Feral a little bit or something. But I do want to just play Rogue all day just because the tournament's tomorrow, you know, but we'll see. Probably Ghost thing. It's an eye tracker, so you can kind of see what I'm looking at. How do I get my 2 tier pieces? So you have 2 catalyst charges now, so you'll be able to just turn conquest gear into tier. But I would recommend, if you can, hit 1600 to just not spend 2 conquest pieces on tier, because you get a free tier piece when you hit 1600. You'll get like a token thing in the mail, and you take it down here. And you'll be able to get a free tier piece. Just make sure you get the one that scales in PvP. Hiding bind shortcuts? Nah, I like seeing the bind still. And then, yeah, for the conquest piece, like on the shoulders, you would just put like conquest shoulders into this like machine thing. And then it'll come out as like a tier piece. Walk me through the DR thing on Gladius and S Arena. Yeah, so I do S Arena for DRs, and I go to DR settings, global settings, new, diminishing returns, dynamic icons off, and I change stun to cheap shot, which is this. The other ones are all default. And then what you want to do is how you get just the DRs, right? Like if I do Gladius test 3, you mess with the vertical, until everything is off the screen. Except for the DRs. So you would just like, let's say the DRs were... I have like the inverse problem right now. So like, let's say the DRs are like this, right? You would just separate the DRs by Control-Shift-clicking them away. And then you drag S-Arena, like, off the screen. And then you're free to just put the DRs where you want. Because you can't just, like, turn the frames off. And then if they're not lined up properly, you just adjust the spacing. And you could do that if you like the S-Arena cast bars or the S-Arena DRs better. I just think the S-Arena DRs look nicer for stream. Because people don't have to learn what every different type of spell DR is. They're just like, oh, they're on stun DR. Oh, they're on, you know... It's just nicer for people. It's like less confusing for people being able to watch my UI. They're stuck together, the frames plus DR. Yeah, you just gotta do like the Control-Shift-Click or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty much like Dragonflight gearing, but easier. Because there's no weekly vault. So there's no, oh, I got tier set week 2 and you didn't. I'm ahead. Or, oh, I got a weapon for free and you didn't. I do use Diminish for, like, my own stun DR, but not, like, teammate DRs. Yeah, if a DK asphyxiates, I still see cheap shot. Because that's like an S-Arena setting. I mean, you could make it to where it would be asphyxiate no matter what on S-Arena, but yeah, I like the dynamic DR thing. It's just nicer for people to see it. Twitter not accepting Q, probably. That's if like the healers decline it like 20 times in a row, but Diminish. You would just enable nameplate. Yeah, I'm playing AWC. Gladius doesn't have to turn it on? What do you mean? Oh, like the Gladius doesn't have that option on sound? No, it doesn't. At least I don't think it does. Let me see. Gladius, DR tracker, categories. Yeah, there's no like dynamic. You might have a wrong version of a of Diminish. It used to say like fixed by JSA, but now it just says Diminish. But try getting the War Within fixed with like 2 exclamation marks. And then see if it works. I don't know how I missed. He's a mining bot though, so we're chilling. I thought I would still get the re-cheap shot before he went in the air. Feels bad. There's a console command you can do to ignore Lua errors. And it should be like console space script errors 0 with another space. Solid MMO mice in your opinion? Are all your characters mining? Almost everything but my main, yeah. I don't really know the MMO mice that much. I like the 2-button mice. Do you think Asa Rest of Druid's good? I don't think Rest of Druid's that good right now at all. What do you think of SP? They're just worse than Locks. And potentially Ellie's and obviously Hunters. And SPs kind of get destroyed by Warriors, but Warrior stonks are falling off a bit. But yeah. I gotta fix the YouTube chat, because I had to like manually tab to see that. Too much stuff open right now. Platforms, YouTube. Okay, I have it fixed now, I think. Hey, Savvy. Yeah, generally I would look through your add-on list, make sure nothing has like a yellow little triangle. That means it's probably really fucked up. And then I would individually get Bug Grabber and Bug Sack. And then that'll tell you what add-ons are glitching out a lot. But just make sure you go into the settings and you mute it. Otherwise you're going to hear Fatality constantly in a little squeaky voice. Unless that's what you want. But like if there is just like a sunk cost add-on that you don't know how to get fixed, that you're going to use whether it's bugged or not, probably mute it so it's not going off constantly. But this will kind of help you kind of figure out what you need to go look for and like what's broken. Like Gladius has a lot of bugs, even the Big Mix version, but you know, it is what it is. Are you playing lowest graphics? I think it looks better. For one, it's really hard to hit 360 hertz while in 1440p while streaming and potentially even dual boxing WoW. Pretty much impossible. But you know, I try to get as much performance as I can. And then on top of that, I think it's just less laggy, like input wise. And I think it's just less distracting. I don't want to see Michael Bay explosions everywhere on my screen. Like I want to like clearly know what's going on so I can like play well. I think low graphics generally look better. Everything else is like too sharp and eye strainy. I think a lot of stutters. Is it? Compared to a different version or no? Why don't you use an alternative? I feel like if you have too many mice buttons, it kind of makes you treat your mouse like it's an Xbox controller and you're just doing too many like thumb movements. And it makes you way slower at like aim training and killing totems and siphons and stuff. But I have long piano fingers, I guess, because I'm like 6'2", but I can easily get 80 keybinds with a 2-button mouse. On just like Shift Alt and like a couple control mods. Like I have all my binds listed on my Discord also, but in case you're like looking for like inspiration binds that I have that you don't have, that are like, oh, I could make that a bind. But yeah, I just don't like MMO mice. I think I play way worse with them. Craft Another Dagger is the best, yeah. We're just using a freebie over an Honor Dagger until a couple more weeks from now. After we replace everything else. I've heard about him before from someone, but yeah, I haven't actually seen him. The motion sensor person, yeah. I mean, what all different is Big Mex's Gladius from the normal Gladius? No, particle density I think is one of the few ones I have on. Yeah, it's on high. Spell density is something you could put on everything, potentially, but... There's certain spells you can't see on your team that can break CC, the AoEs, if you don't put that to everything, but also I don't like it on everything, so... It's like only an issue if you play with like Boomkins. The Fury of Elune or whatever, like the War of the Worlds, like laser beam. Can't see it. Like the friendly version of the attack. Asian the end card. Princer doesn't get me. I'm accidentally playing disarm this round, so I was like looking at the graphic settings. Cloak this, should be fine. Kidney H belt. Lining off. One more stun. Hopefully get my sap. Gouging off because he stays combat. Here would be a great moment to bomb. That was good that he moved his Totem of Wrath to a weird spot. I thought my Warlock killed it instantly, so I didn't go get it. Try to gouge the clone. Continue that. Stun this guy. Off stun the barrel because he walled. Alright, let's properly respec. I thought he added a bunch of spells to it and auras that aren't normally in the modern Gladius still. But I've noticed a little bit of jitter with this Gladius, and I do always see errors for it in Bug Sack, so you might have to just go get the normal Gladius then. I just gotta go look under the hood and see what's different in it, and maybe just find a different way to fix what he has in there. Alright, cloak there, but okay, we cloak that at least. Give me healer in 3. Feral gives him precog. Hopefully my HPL doesn't get soloed by air. I give him another precog. 3 bomb the stun. Ports out, gets screwed on the emerald. Really good kick by the Feral. Vanish kick the fear again. Kidney healer in 2. But he gets DR Hodged. So we're just kind of committed to just trying to smork kill here. I have Vanish kick for healer. Into gouge. JK get lassoed. Hopefully he stops my lasso so I can gouge. He doesn't. Nice clone. Kidney here, blades. Offsetting healer off that. Like I said, if I wanted like a emergency way to get more binds, like if I had really small hands, I would try to do like some kind of function layer key on like a custom keyboard or like a Wooting or something, and like have that be a combo. Pick him again twice. Tried to gouge that, but I couldn't. Drop the nullies off. I get to sleep on my healer. I had a blind for healer, but I was kind of waiting to pair it with stun. And then gouge his trinket, hopefully, if it doesn't break. He gets a hex. The hex gets trinketed instead of decurse, because I guess the Feral's not playing decurse. We blind the trinket into a gouge, even though it's DR. Hopefully the LE can 2-0 the guy. Nice, he does. How big of a deal is Horde versus Ally? It's not that big of a deal. You can cross-faction almost anything except for random battleground queues and skirm queues. So if you're like playing with a like an IRL friend or something, you know, and you want to do like BGs together and want to use Horde, want to use Alliance, you know, like skirmishes or something to warm up, you can't. It's about the only thing you lose. I think Horde is generally way lower win rate at BGs too. And most shards are really Alliance, so you don't really get like the airdrop chests and stuff on Horde that much. But yeah, for like world PvP and stuff, Ally's gonna be better, BGs it's gonna be better, but for the most part, it just depends on what spec you play. Like certain specs are gonna want to play Orc, certain specs are gonna want to play Night Elf. Take the sleep. Get the Aura Hex on me randomly. Try to evade the Incarn coming to me. Meld this clone on me. Stun healer in a sec when that Shroud ends. Can stun Shaman in one, but he walled. I want to blind healer off this, but he has so much pressure, so I'm not. I'm just gonna try to go Feral out here, even though this is DR. Just to scare them. Need to kill this Totem of Wrath, but I'm just gonna trinket this. Shaman has no wall here. Still been holding on to my blind all game. I just know it'll break though. Stun healer, stun Sham. Healer trinkets, and my guy just dies to air. That sucks, we had to kill really soon. Rip to 6-0. Do you think Asterista Druid's good in twos? Not that great now. I don't think. I mean, Druid is less shitty in twos than it is other brackets, but. Play like Priest or Dragon with like a Hunter or a Death Knight. Or a Rogue. You'll have way more fun. What did my healer even die to, man? Did he just dispel a UA? Yeah, he dispelled a UA for 2.5 million. And just died 60-0. I'm getting win traded on, man. This was gonna be a 6-0. And then a few people just suicide. He dream projected multiple UAs. What does Larum X mean? Losing his Rogue Mage X. Skinny Pally and make 5. Get my penalty rupture up. That was worth the I'm joking, it wasn't a win trade, it was an honest mistake. Take the big mixed Gladius out and put in the normal Gladius, see if I can see any differences. mean, his is still the one I have on CurseForge, though. I don't know. Because his has the most downloads, I think. Or does the max one work better because it's updated 4 days sooner? Try the max one just to see. Do you dev on add-ons? No. I just trial and error, try to reverse engineer things. Like a trash panda raccoon. And then, like, literally just brute force, trial and error, break it. Worst case, like, throw it in ChatGPT and say, what's the error? I have, like, no idea what I'm doing. And then when I, like, really want, like, a dream project that I, like, find elsewhere and try to mod into what I want, I just beg, Jax or Bambi or my mod Bodify that made better Blizz. Like, yo, is this possible? Because, I mean, I'm trying to learn on my own, you know. It helps when they actually kind of don't fully do all of the work, but I just do the grunt work for some things. Like, I definitely went through so many fucking spell sound IDs trying to get rid of all the orc female grunting. Because there's so many, like, hidden ones that aren't even in the main list if you go to, like, the Wowhead database or anything. I had to just, like, brute force a bunch of numbers and listen to the sounds and stuff and, like, Leotrix sounds and stuff. And then try to find, like, individual NPC grunts that are still, like, labeled to, like, the player grunts that are all, like, mislabeled. Because that is the nightmare that is, like, going through, like, all of the WoW sounds. Is that, even if you get something like mute sound file or mute annoying sounds, where it's, like, a giant bundle of things, all of the WoW sounds, if you go to Wowhead or anywhere, are, like, mislabeled. Like, sprint is, like, bull rush, and, like, you know, they're not, like, perfectly labeled of what they are, because a lot of sounds overlap for multiple spells and stuff. And, yeah, it is brutal. Healer's Mark more bright? I don't know what you mean by more bright. Make the Kieran arena brighter? Yeah, I need the opposite of that. Just that. I need the Cubsy sunglasses for that arena. It's crazy to just see him just pull up to those tournaments in the past where he's just rocking the sunglasses because of his eyes. They've nerfed the brightness on that map a couple times over the years now. But it's still so damn bright. I feel like my awareness goes down by like 10-20% on that map. Like in super late game. Because it's like more straining on the eyes to like not blink playing fast for like 8 minutes, 10 minutes. You're like more forgetful of things like really late game on that map. Because like your eyes are just burning more. Because it's literally 5 to 10 times the brightness of every other map. I was joking with Bodify like last expansion that he should like make a dark mode for that specific map where it would just, if you load into that arena, it would just change your game brightness settings way down. And then like, if it could like smart detect what arena you're in. But yeah, it's not as bad now. I don't think it bothers me that much anymore. But like when it came out in Shadowlands, definitely. Like the whole throw and flashbang meme was real. Like like people weren't picking it in tournaments because it was too damn bright, you know. People are more willing to like pick it in tournaments now because it's kind of a neutral map. I mean, it's a little bigger, but you know, it's kind of the maps you see the most are the really neutrally ones, like Tiger's Peak, Ashamane's, like the wannabe Nagaran clones. Turning Bright Night, this is not it. Yeah, I don't remember what you suggested. I'm just thinking of my inelegant caveman brain remembering, you know, things I was asking you if it was possible on. Weak order to change the gamma, yeah. Ellie playing AWC, would you recommend Ellie or Rogue for easier solo climb? I mean, if you want the easiest solo climb, you should pick Hunter or Death Knight. They work with almost every class. They do some of the most damage, and they're pretty tanky. I would say Ellie, you're gonna get lined by a lot of people, but it's a pretty okay shuffle class. It's not like every comp is good with an Ellie. Like you're gonna get some wizard lobbies, it's gonna be good. You're gonna get trained by some melee cleave lobbies, it's gonna be a little sketchy. But yeah, Hunter you can't go wrong. If you get double Hunter, great. If you get Hunter Rogue, sure. If you get Hunter Feral, great. If you get Hunter DK, great. If you get Hunter Wizard, still works. You can't really make a bad Hunter comp. You just have multiple shield walls, Roar of Sacrifice, crit immunity, freedom for root beams for your healer or anything like that. You're tanky, you can ignore LOS a lot, you have bugged reroutes that don't DR with your other... You have 3 different routes. Sentinel procs multiple times in a row instead of being a 1.5 cooldown like it's supposed to be in PvP. You have like way more bugged purges than you're supposed to get. You have some of the best damage in the entire game. It's, you know... You get all the benefits of being a ranged caster, but you're not kickable or anything. It's just quality of life to the max. There's not really a weakness to it. Like the amount of like CC they actually have is insane. When you just like dispel Sentinel root and immediately get rebug Sentinel rooted, and it doesn't DR with like Tar Trap root or Tracker's Net root. And then they also just kind of combo that with a scatter or a binding, or you know, like they always just have like 6 different ways of just like cross CC. They're just like a one-man 3v1 kind of. In Tim trap the healer or your teammate stun traps while you just scatter bind. Use 3 different routes on the other guy. Most of the times they kill target? I mean... I don't know. I don't feel like it is. You try to go them. Just to like make sure they don't get a true shot off. Do when you get Arcane as double MM? I mean, even getting a singular MM is already hard as a mage. I don't know. It's like getting a survival hunter lobby on Asa. It's brutal. I mean, they're buffing BM, so that's one of the easiest specs in the entire game. Alright, we queued Blitz and BG, so at least we get a Blitz pop here. It's a solo queue Blitz though, so it might be kind of hard to carry. This is a little scary because they have 2 priests and 2 marksman hunters and a dragon and a warlock. I mean, we got 2 warlocks and a mage. I think we have the better comp. I was kind of worried about warlock DK, but we have 2 warlocks. Obviously, the ret is a little less useful than like a dev or something, but this is fine, especially at this rating. It should be carryable. My armor is terrible. I haven't done many blitz on this route compared to the other one. I think blitz isn't really a coin toss at all if you're duo queuing with a healer. But I think it's stupid that you can't duo queue double DPS. Because like every bracket of the game is bottlenecked by healers. Because healer DPS is better than double DPS in 2s, even though 2s is like a meme cap bracket. And then 3s, it's always, you know, oh, do you want to play 3s? Yeah, do you have a healer? Nah. And then you just don't play, you know, where it's just like... And then if you're a healer, you're just a celebrity with 30 people asking you to play every day. And I think the whole game is kind of bottlenecked, and that's why shuffle queues are so long, is there's just like 10 DPS to every healer. So I think, you know, either duo queue just shouldn't be allowed in Blitz, period, or you should be able to duo as double DPS. Because at the end of the day, like, being one person carrying 7 people is very hard, but being 2 people carrying 6 people is much easier. Because it's like, oh, I can go do all the ninja stuff while you make sure we win the team fight. Or, oh, let's go do all the ninja stuff together and we'll 2v4. And the amount of pressure we'll put on a node, 2v1 or 2v2 or 2v3, will like make sure that our rest of our team wins, you know, 5v4. Because like, a lot of times you win all the ninjas and everything, and like you get all these nodes, and then your team's still just losing the team fights, so you lose the game, even though you got all the ninjas you wanted. Poke the fly stun. Stun this guy on his Dragon Rage. Stun this guy on non-true shot. Actually, I'm not playing this time. I'm gonna go on this guy because he's kind of overextended. Think of turtle. Get a big abyss crit. Go back to the healer. A cheat death. I could body run quicker than 15 seconds. I need to kind of escort our FC. I don't know how I rezzed in combat, but I was going to get a re and cheap shot this guy so I wouldn't have to dance. I think I went disarm. Trying to meld all this 100 damage on me for a second. Our FC actually got across the map. That's kind of crazy. Try to stop him from getting stopped. I'm just going to break to that soccer mark. Actually, I don't have any dots on anyone. That's perfect. Try to proc a crippling on the hunter, but I just can't. Step the pet. If I can get there, we can set up the res. Or not the res, but the cap. Gouge so he gets there before the hunter grabs the flag. Can't believe this red just walked across the map and no one stopped him. Well, that's a low rating game right there. Doing Blitz more now. If I duo queue it, it's not as terrible. But yeah, the first few days I was struggling really bad. I was getting a bunch of ninjas, and like people would just not defend bases, or they'd expect me to defend, and, like when I have like more carry potential or something. Don't want to ego out and be like, you know, I'm more valuable not sitting here, you know, because that's why I hate RBGs too. Is Rogue is generally a defender bitch class. But yeah, if you duo queue it, and it's like you get all the ninjas, and then like your team still wins the team fight because you have a duo, then it's fun. I like the rezzing faster, the mounting around, the faster mounts, the little stealth power-ups, like grabbing the shadow sight and making like an outplay. Like I had a Gilneas where I knew that the rogue was going to grab the eye, and I just camped the eye and got him instantly. Or I like pre-Fana knives the eye because I knew he was camping by the eye and got him out. Like a lot of little mind game things you can do, which is fun. I just hate when defense is like the best way to play every video game, almost. I get it, even in sports, you know, defense wins championships, but... I love watching really just aggressive gameplay in every game and just, you know, conditioning people and checkmating people and stuff like that. More satisfying than just, oh, I was an immovable object and the other guy gave up. So the one we were playing with the Rivers Camp with the Lighthouse? Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, Fire Eater's Vial. It's from the Darkmoon Fair. I still should go defend. Just because that's the only way we can lose is if like somehow my team just spaces out fighting for 5 minutes straight and doesn't turtle. And someone just walks across because it's a low rating game. So I should still just kind of be lame and turtle it out. Rogue just spawns, so I know he can't really sneak past to go run it. I mean, do they have anyone that's trying to run the flag? I can't target the Death Knight. I don't know where he's even at. I think he's just dead respawning. I just think this other team's just not even trying to get the flag, so. That was a weird BG though. 40% win rate is Asa, 85 is sub. I think sub is better at BGs than Asa is. Because like rogue in general, you're not gonna do that well in team fights anyway. You're just there to kind of... It's also, you have a lower cooldown on Smoke Bomb, even without the Vanish CDR. Because for whatever reason, Smoke Bomb is a 3-minute cooldown for Asa and Outlaw, with a whole different spell ID than it is for sub. Like, the spell ID of Smoke Bomb is literally different. Like, this isn't a glitch on Omnibar. It's just a different spell ID for it to be 2 minutes for sub and 3 minutes for the other two. So like you can smoke bomb orbs more, you know, or like ninja cap with it more, and you know, kill FCs more, you know. Focus down a healer in a team fight more. Just does more. Game look different graphics wise. I've changed a lot of my settings, yeah. Damn move, man. I actually blew. They're so sad. Yeah, I would say just sub is a more objective spec. Because you can kind of just cheese more things. You can be more annoying to the healers. You're more mobile. My cat won't shut up because she was annoying my girlfriend and she locked her out of the room, so she's just having a fit that the door is closed. She's been meowing for like 30 minutes straight because she wants the door open. Yeah, the AoE growth silences is nice, and having like way more damage is nice, but you're still not gonna be like what a Death Knight or a Warlock or, you know, a Hunter is gonna do. And you're squishier. Oh, short-lived. Tried to distract her so she would stop meowing. I called her over. Yeah, thank you so much, Strix. We're putting that at 3 for the day already? Hell yeah. I appreciate it, man. That's what I try to be. Hopefully AWC goes well tomorrow. I do get a lot of haters in the Twitch chat though every time, but... And this is like the least confident I've been in my own play ever this expansion, I think. Consistency wise. It's weird because like I'm okay with like full big brain scripted game, and I'm okay with full PvE brain. But right now it's like this weird, constantly fluctuating between PvE brain and CC brain. And it's hard for me to go back and forth between the two styles, like mid-game sometimes. Sometimes I'm just missing really obvious kills for someone that has like no trinket, and I just like do a go on the lock instead of killing the rogue. And I feel like I've been mentally messed up by the kidney nerf a lot more than I thought. Even hundreds of games in, I'm always like, I'm gonna kidney this guy? Oh wait, it's on CD for 5. God, this guard pumps more than the fucking charge. The guard can see into duel, that's ridiculous. Vanishing just for the shield to live long enough to kill him. Only guard did not perma root me, at least I can move. Yeah, jungle is insaner now. I mean, the weird thing for me is like, it's like the same like 3 different groups of people that like turbo hate me that have literally like 50 plus burner accounts each at this point. I don't know how people have that much time or effort to be a hater. I don't know. I've never had a burner account. I've always shit talk people on main if it, you know, it's just fun banter, you know, like even if they have nothing to prove for it, like they could be 1500 and I wouldn't care. I don't know why people like need so many different burners. Got my cat. Still just... I'm tempted to go risk the wrath with my girlfriend and just go open the door. He's offloading the pain onto me. He wants attention and we're, you know, both working from home. Why force it's bad? So it's only giving you a couple of globals of value per minute. And before it was like not nerfed in PvP because it was bugged. Now it's properly nerfed in half in PvP like every tier set. So 8%, you almost make that back on just the verse mastery you lose alone. So it's just more perma rupture. Yeah, it's just crazy because like I'll go to like anyone's chat. People will just like check the viewer list to see if I'm like in their chat as like a mod, or a VIP, and then just start flaming me for no reason. And it's always so awkward for the other streamer to just be like, do I have to like ban this guy, or you know, am I gonna get butthurt of him? And it's like, I don't care. Honestly, like it's probably better not to ban them, just because we know who they are on this burner account. And it's easy to just ignore them. And let them pretend they're like being seen, you know? Then them go on a different burner and not know it's them for a couple messages until they tip their hand. But it's crazy the amount of effort people put into that shit. Like half the time I'm like AFK too, and I just have a stream open, I go do some IRL stuff, not even at my computer, and then I come back and then I just see chat talking about me for like 30 minutes straight. Of someone else's chat just that I had open, not even watching. It's like, god damn, man. Makes me want to just watch streams in incognito mode, but then I don't get to ad free with my turbo. I already pay for turbo anyway for the longer VODs. Because what if you don't pay for Twitch Turbo, even as like a streamer, like you get like 10-day VODs instead of like 30 or 60, I forget. Hey, speaking of which, I should add that to my things to write off on my taxes. I probably could write Turbo off, but I haven't been. I gotta add that to my tax write-offs folder idea. I technically write off the TTS monster thing for the AI text-to-speech voices and a few other things whenever I upgrade my computer a couple parts a year. As a spec and opener, that's situational, but get up one ambush for your Death Stalker stacks, cheap shot some people, get out big growths on as many people as you can, get your ruptures going. Yeah, I think I played some Asa a bit yesterday, if you want to check the VOD for that. Go for the ninja here. Is the real Memphis Reigns? The prop warrior back in the day? I think it is. Could have maybe smoke bombed this, but didn't seem like the Mistweaver was helping him that much. Smoke bombing myself kind of defensively. To not die to the booming in card. Still kind of just die into it. Get a clean meld, hit breaks. Finish in like 1 second. Go back to trying to kill this healer. Longest disarm of my life. Might be losing LH. Need to start heading there. Nah, he's fine. Just gotta float between the two. Hitting in rupture feels off. It's not that bad. You just need to get a better bind for it then, I guess. It should be almost as natural as eviscerating, because it's as important, if not more. You just don't want to refresh it with like less than 6. Unless you're like really playing around finality, but in most cases it's better to like do finality wrong than it is to like lose an entire eviscerate. We got 0 resubbing as well. Popping off. Last few days have been insane. Let's excited for AWC tomorrow. I'm not playing Disarm for this guy's dance. This critical coil, half cloak, vanish just for the shield. I should have crimson vial before the vanish, but I couldn't click the no. I don't know if I'm gonna make it back to loot that. Got back in time. Okay. Guy wants to fight? Okay. But you baited to 2v1 me again. I almost got a meld off there. Sorry for disturbing. Not at all, man. That's what I'm here for. Asa play a Trickster. You play Deathstalker because Asa can't even go Trickster. Asa is Fatebound or Deathstalker, but you play Deathstalker for both sub and Asa. Doesn't work correctly how T2. You don't need to delete the WTF folder. That'll nuke all of your add-on settings for everything, and your keybinds and macros. You can delete maybe the Better Blizz folder in your Better Blizz folder within the WTF folder, but there should just be like a reset settings button in general in the add-on anyway, as well as the individual profile buttons or just imports, because I have my settings on my Discord as well if you want to just import my settings. But it's probably just conflicting with another add-on if you like have it in like Plater or something having an issue. Yeah, Asa hero talents are kind of annoying because there's a lot of times where your stacks get removed by like a block or a bubble or something, and then like you have no vanishes or melds. Whereas sub, you're like perma dancing at least. It's like really easy to get your stacks going again if something happens. Meld, switch to disarm. I thought I had kidney off that. I think I come off Slim DR first. Yeah. I don't know if I can kill this guy in time because he's gonna run away. He has a potion in world PvP, man. Last second on the queue. Someone declines it anyway. Someone declines the second one too. Rude. Well, someone declined the third one. Saved by the queue? I should have just bandaged here. Can't sap the guy. Defensively duel him. Restun and run. Healer cross doesn't work. It does not display. I mean, do you have the nameplates on for like healers and stuff, like teammates, like the arena toggle and hide health bar or whatever for the pointer? Well, I guess you're not asking about the pointer, but you'd have to have the nameplate on to have the icon on, though, is what I'm saying. Yeah, if cheap shot applied mark, that'd be nice. But then sometimes you would just accidentally switch your marks doing like a focused cheap shot. That'd just be wrong. I think it's just hero talents shouldn't have been passives. I like having new abilities, but I know they were trying to cut the keybinds back this expansion, and they merged a lot of spells like Schism and Mind Blast, summon Water Ellie and Veins, you know. Like, it'd be cool if it was just kind of like a cooldown to apply marks, and it was just like off global, like a little mark for death or something. I don't like passives, but I think Ascension is better because you're not always above 80% HP, and it's worth like 200 or 300 more stats. Even if you get crit or haste sometimes, half the time you have a good stat. It's just better late game where you don't run out of range of it. Whereas burst amps are good for like the opener because it doesn't have to ramp at all. So I feel like smurfing burst amp is good, but like in like a tournament or something, Ascension is just more available. It's built into better Blizz frames and plates, which are like 80% of my UI are these two add-ons. I have imports for them on my Discord. How did I move that? Other FC. I want to help them in the team fight, but this guy's going to get the flag, so. I think it's quicker for me to go into the room than go through the water. Yeah, it's way quicker. 3 blades just for bargain. Found out. Nah, crafted ring is not unique. I don't want to grab the flag, I'm too squishy, but I don't know who else is going to go for it. Yeah, the Red's actually doing the team fight this time. Hunter grab the flag. Okay with that. Vanishing. I could duel here. I'm gonna get feared because I trinketed Stormbolt. I should have waited to trinket the fear instead. Sitting the Stormbolt's way shorter than sitting a fear. Bomb so I can maybe sap the rogue. Oh, I didn't do it. Double link before anyone got in it though. Double totem too. And the vanish in like 1 second. Oh, close. Don't know if I can body run over there within 15 seconds, so I'll wait. At least we killed the Link, so the Shaman doesn't have that many CDs for himself. But I think my Hunter's gonna die soon. But I might need to just run ahead to make sure I can grab the flag if he dies. So I don't know if they're gonna catch up. As long as the rogue's not here to sap me as I grab the flag. There's already a lot of stacks, so I'm slowed with no trinket. It's really bad. Because this rogue can like one-shot me. I think he's on the other side of the map though, so we're chilling because he's on offense. Tried to gouge, but I step puts you behind him, so. I think he's more mobile to FC. Grab it, man. Okay. Try to sap this Hunter, even though he's permanent in combat with his pets. Sap the lock. After I kill these guys, I can go kill the FC, but playing it safe. There are a lot of stacks. Get over this, I can bomb the FC. Give an opener without blades. It's kind of the beginning of the same opener because I don't blades right away usually. Good. Nice. We're like 0-3 on the handoff. Because most people just either want to use like Thunder Fury in their transmog, or they're just, you know, really, really hungry for mastery, but it's really bad because you get less Shadow Technique procs. They like to think this is normalized, but the chance goes up with every auto, up, and then the 4th auto is guaranteed. So just having more auto attacks is more energy procs and more passive combo point procs. So you get stuck at like 6 combo points less. You just have more energy. It's just better to be double dagger. Like, you can just craft 2 mastery daggers anyway, so it's not like, you know. The only reason I have a crit dagger right now is just because this one was free. And then I'll eventually craft 2 mastery daggers later in the season, yeah. Like, you can still have, you know. I don't think it's worth like 1% mastery to just get less energy. Unless you, but it's like such a small difference, it's not why you lost the game. It's a bigger difference in PvE, but. If you want to like really have Thunder Fury in your transmog, you can still get rank 1. Which is the most mathematically optimal thing is 2 daggers. Factory Rogue? I mean, I think they already ninja nerfed it, didn't they? They made it to where non-evokers don't even get, like, they have like a nerfed version of Glide. I think I read. And they're like doubling the cooldown of the knockback and stuff. I think Night Elf will still be better for Rogue. Every other class will go Dragon though. Unless it's still like a matter of you can't get knocked off like Blade's Edge or something. And zap that guy somehow. Oh, I was so close to getting the flag. We would add another cap there. Add up in a weird way? What do you mean? Add up. Do you not like it on the target frame and you like it being under the player frame? Then you would just go to miscellaneous and turn off the target frame layout. It's probably conflicting with some other way you had the old combo point layout. If you were doing it through like a weak aura or like a different add-on or something. So I would just get advanced interface options. Set this back to the default of 2 under the player frame and then let Better Blizz interact with it. Probably. Black keys are red for me. I mean, yeah. I like this layout because it's like Shadow Dance themed. Rigged. It's like some item that lets you live at 1 HP in this zone or whatever. Now, I don't know how anyone can use a 100%. I do think 60 is too small for a keyboard, but like 75 to 80 is perfect. But the Wooting didn't have the 80 back then when I first like modded it out, so I'm excited to get the 80. It's a spider pact? Oh. I thought it was the random keg item thing from like down there or whatever. Four hunters and one blitz, that's insane. On across each teams or on one team? Any tool on the playlist? I mean, whatever the playlist wants to play. But I played some earlier. It's just like a 16-hour playlist on shuffle. No, I don't. It's nice because in my Elgato, I can even mute music for myself while streaming because of how I have it all split up. Even though it does bug out way more than Voice Meter even did, but like I can just mute music for me, and then like stream can still hear it and I can't hear it. So that helps me like actually hear comms because I don't hear teammates well enough. Even if my teammates are severely louder than the music, it's a lot harder to like be competitive with music on. But yeah. That's something I only started doing literally recently. I used to always even practice with music on, and then I just wouldn't have music on for the tournament. But lately I've been trying to practice without music more this last like week, and it's been helping a lot. I would, yeah. And it's mastery instead of crit. So like even if you don't embellish the weapon, if you like the verse amps more, which I think Ascension is better, but if you like the verse amps more, it's still better to craft weapons anyway. Like right now I'm temporarily using a free Conquest one in the offhand, but I will replace it eventually. It's not best in slot. Because you don't want the crit. Play guns? A little bit. Not much, though. Hour and 8 minutes on this shuffle queue. Bro, we're like 4 p.m. Like West Coast. Like East Coast, people have to be off work already in some places. You know, it's like 7 o'clock on the East Coast. I mean, obviously some people work later, but... And it's like a weekend. Like, there has to be like some kids home from school or something. Like 2-1 MMR is not even like MMR cap. Could get some viewer twos going though. You want to play some Bodhi? Want to get some hype roguelike games in? Meep and Shuffle's at 19. Yeah, I mean, Monk is pretty brutal to play right now. At least the Blitz queues are quicker. He's on his priest, I think it's just, yeah, most people don't play Shuffle because it's the most deflated bracket. Like, inflation definitely helps a lot with people's motivation to play. Like, it's possible to get like 29 in Blitz, and then like #1 in the world in Shuffle is like 22. And then you can get like 26 in threes if you're like AWC. Like, even twos is more inflated than Shuffle, kinda. Like if you're Magnus and Dino or some shit, you could easily get like 2-3, 2-4 in twos, I think. You're just playing some kind of DK healer stuff. Maybe not with Rust of Truth, but... How's War Within? Leveling is a lot quicker and less painless. There's no weekly vault. There's, you know, you can get sockets with honor. So it's like really easy to get caught up. Gearing is a lot more quality of life. I would say the enchants and stuff are a little expensive if you want to have multiple characters, but like the quality of life stuff in general is through the roof better. But it's still pretty similar gameplay to Dragonflight, just with a little bit more complex rotations and even more AoE breaking CC stuff. So it's kind of PvE patties, like, you know, but it's still a PvE game, yeah. You get gems for the sockets. You buy them with honor, and either sell them for gold, or you can sometimes RNG them when you get like a bounty. If like if a player has like the marking on the map, and you go kill them and get the little bag, it's sometimes in the bags, as well as the recipes, which sell for a couple thousand to 10,000 gold sometimes for crafting, like the crafting recipes. So it's good to go get the bounties when they're up. Just like world PvP in general between queues and stuff. Well, this is my first time getting Deepwind Gorge in a Blitz. I wonder if the strategy's a little different on this map or not. With 8v8. How's SP? They still get countered by warriors as usual, but they're pretty good. I would say like the best ranged are Frost Mages, Hunters, and Affliction Warlocks. And I would say the best melee are like Rogues, Ferals, and DKs. I'd say the best two healers are Disc Priest and Dragon. H-Balls are a little bit on the come up, but... How you doing, Callie? Warrior any fun to play? Fury is pretty dumbed down, but I don't know if it's that fancy. Nah, Kidney Nerf is still nerfed. And they're killing cooldown reduction and sepsis in November for like a November like mini rework. Asa is also Omega busted right now. Just doing crazy damage and still like AoE groating people and stuff. I'm doing good. Not Outlaw CDR, just the Vanish Shadow Dust concept. Don't actually know what the real strat is on this BG. In a Blitz. Like in a real, like a normal random Fiesta, it's, you know, just do whatever you want, but... Imagine it's trying to ninja this cart. Guess we're opening this guy. Oh, we both open on the non-tap. Hopefully this guy just dies without turtling because we're raiding. Nice. Life Cocoon is basically a power word shield. I think we can break it. I like that bomb a lot, actually. Guy playing the other like mage hero talent tree. I don't know what that route was. That looked weird. Auto attack him to proc the dodge so I can gouge. Proc his dodge, gouged him. He gets thrown off the gouge into a cheap shot. Cap the cart. It's really good for us. Need to make sure we go win the other cart now. They don't have any stealthies or rogues, so I don't have to worry about them ninjaing that. Just need to make sure we get this cart. Tap the healer 3 times, so I can hit that. I love how you can see. No. You can just see each other type in this BT. There's no way that's not gonna get toxic and hilarious at some point. Just people like playing ridiculously. Granted, they ban people for like typing almost anything in shuffle, so I wouldn't risk it. I think Ascendance is better, yeah. I need to recraft Ascendance on this rogue, to be honest. That's on the New World song. I don't know how I feel about the whole Linkin Park situation still. Be honest, I think the song's okay. Personally, I think they still should have just like changed the name of the band slightly, you know, for the revival of it. Like obviously there's like Recoded and you know like it should be classified as a side project. Same way that, you know, Maynard from Tool has 3 different bands. Like they could have just, you know, said Linkin Park reboot, you know, LPR or something. Like, I don't know. I still don't know fully where I feel about it. Getting these queues going. I don't know if even 2-1 shuffle will just ever pop, even though it's like almost prime time. I don't know if I want to go fully back into like the normal tier 2s this second, just because the tournament's tomorrow. Unless it's like someone I know, where it's just like I'm sending some games with like Bodhi or something. Just because it's fun to play Rogue Walk 2s when they know how to play it. I think Rogue Lock 2s have played really well. It's like actually more fun than Rogue Mage 2s even. But like most Warlocks don't have like Mage brain. They all have like Warlock brain. So it's like hard to let them to like actually want to like re-fear to know you get the sap, or like, you know, like re-fearing off blind or something with no dots, or fearing the kill target for pre and then getting the stun fear on the healer, or coiling for pre at the same time you stun healer. Like actually making it kind of setupy. If you can mage brain it, it's actually way more fun because you have way more CC than rogue mage 2s. Because you get like stun into fear into sap rather than just stun cheap. But it is more terrifying for the warlock to live without a healer because they have like good kind of self healing, but not as consistent damage avoidy as a mage. Yeah, AWC's tomorrow for top 8, and then the grand finals, like top 4, is on Sunday for EU and NA. Whereas top 8 was today for Europe and tomorrow for NA. So there was some good WAS RMP games if you didn't see them today. And yesterday. Or not just today, and Wednesday. But no one was streaming the offline qualifiers on Wednesday. But the few people that did, I think like just Luxia's team, I think Venruki was watching them. So you can maybe see like the WAS versus Luxia RMP mirror against Acro from like Ven's Puff watching them, but on Wednesday. Win 4 blitzes in a row, and now the Q doesn't want to pop anymore. I don't know. We're past the ETA. We finally get a shuffle after like 80 minutes. And it declines. Didn't work for the calm points. Did you see what Bodify said earlier, where you need to update the version? It might just be like an older version of Better Bliss. Yeah, through CurseForge, yeah. He trinkets, we'll just duel, but... Roll a bomb just so he panics. Blind. Might do the half stab. It's triple DR, I think. It's not worth. I'll just do a cheap shut off though. If he trinkets that, we'll duel. Duel the trinket. Need Druid in 4. Just gonna meld the spear. He gets a full rep actually. Into a Hajj. I'll just trinket this because I have UA and he can't really get me. I get cloned on my blades, feels bad, man. Hunter had kick for that. So much momentum. Fun Druid for a trap. Gets the trap, love to see it. Won't be able to get a resap, I don't think. My dance is ending. I have Cloak in 3. Focus Shiv Druid just to keep him annoyed, make him spend more global shifting. Quick taunt. I need Druid in a second. This might be my Cloak here though. I have a blind for Druid, I just have to get over there. That guy's just gonna die here. I don't know why the trinket timers look so bugged out right now on Gladius, so I need to try to fix that too. Can you for a trap off this kick? Lee gets it. It's like our last go to win. I'll duel off this because I can't really cross the map to go sap. JK, I get coiled. Try to duel off that if I get there. Nice. Why did the trinkets look so weird? Maybe I'll just turn trinkets off too and then have that also be S Arena. So I was having issues with the Big Max Gladius. It was like giving me little FPS spikes. So I like switched to this version of Gladius. The one that says like by max or something. That's just an issue with solo queue. Oh. I haven't had this issue before in solo queue, so I don't know. I know S Arena doesn't have the issues, so I'll just go back to S Arena for that. Dueling defensively.
Love you, man. Keep up
the
the great
work.
work.
How you doing, man? Appreciate the props. Zap this guy's trinket in a second. He bubbles. I'll just bomb then, even though they're stacked. Hopefully I get a dispel world first. I do. Vanish Kenny Pally in a second. I don't have the other DRs I want for this, but need to redot the DK too. Got a bop. My luck's just dead. I can't really peel with the guy in bop. I can win right here actually still. Oh, he dots. Brutal. Meld to Shadow Strike teleport. No, that root, man. Why does it go through evasion? I would have killed that global. I think I still kill now though. Guy just trinket. He pops it instead. Just go Kenny the DK and vomit. I don't think he has IBF. He does have IBF, but we'll just go force his IBF for later. Maybe that's bad because now I can't really peel the hunter. Yeah, I shouldn't even try to go get the IBF. It's bad. No, message them. It depends what you're messaging them then. Just don't be creepy, you know, trial and error. Work on yourself, improve. Don't go after just like the overly normies if you're not a normie yourself, you know? Stop the fear off that. You waste my stun DR with a really DR'd pet stun for no reason. That's the fear. Willow bomb. I know he doesn't have port. And he's shivved in it and defiled in it. Can you druid? Can you cheap shot this guy in 3? I overlap my kick there. Blind. Vanish for gouge. Maybe sap his trinket. I don't get it. I got combat back at the last second. Big taunt. I have blades back for this next go. Should we just go druid? Guy's playing way too aggro. Trap. Love to see it. Held the coil. Oh, he sacks my blanks. I'm bad. I triggered it there, I think. I'm not sure. Or it just broke to something, but... It was awkward. I just thought my druid was gonna get soloed. Yeah, cheap shot to make sure he gets the trap. Here's where the actual good duel would be. Couch that just to be annoying. Hopefully I don't get soloed by the warlock here. My hunter gets soloed. Or no, the druid died actually. How you doing, bud? Wonder if reload will fix my trinkets. It does. Okay, weird. I'll just use S-Arena once though, so that's laggy. I think it doesn't properly track the Dwarf racials as much though. Maybe I should keep the Gladius ones. I just gotta remember to reload if it's a shuffle. I have wall, but we'll still just go it, I guess. Boards, that's unlucky. That's just a bad duel. Not really unlucky, but. Slap kicks. I can Kenny Pally in one. Blind off that. Trinket sacks. Here would be the actually good duel. Yeah, my trinket timer's bugged out again. Yeah, I'll just use this ones, I guess. Gladius is just being Gladius. Hero caster, Affliction is really good. I would say Hunter is really good if you consider range to be caster. I think Hunter is probably the easiest. And then Frost Mage is one of the easier casters too, actually. IBF's aggro first global. Get off. Oh, Druid drop combat. I almost had the sap there. He doesn't have that many hots, so I just wanted to duel before he gets full hots up. And then we can go Druid again here. So I'll just trinket, now we can go back Hunter. Getting all the trinkets. Unclone DCS's it, love to see it. Tried to step kick that, but I didn't have step. I think my lock just dies because I just. Yeah. That sucks. I should have been a 6-0 for the DK, I guess, but at least my MMR went down, so maybe the Q will be quicker now. Nerf DK? Nah, I mean, I could play that better. I think the gouge babysit wasn't worth. I think Blitz can be fun if you're duo queuing, but It's really hard to carry 7 people, but 2 people carrying 6 is a lot more doable. It just sucks that you need a healer to duo. Like, I wish you could duo double DPS. Top 4 tomorrow. I mean, Cubsy's team is insane. Nick and them's team is insane. Calvish's team is insane, and Sea-Doo's team is insane. It's hard to pick any of them. And then Pika's obviously really good too. Like, we'll see though. Personally, I think Sea-Doo and them probably might have it. If not that, it's Nick or Cubsy. I can narrow it down to 3 maybe. But if I had to just guess blindly, I would bet on Sea-Doo, but I'm not like confident. But if it was just like someone gave me a free $100 bet, that is kind of the most patterny, potentially correct thing. You don't think your team will get top 4? It's possible. Right now, we don't really have hunters. We're a new team in terms of my synergy with them. What is AWC? Arena World Championship. It's the tournaments for Arena. I'm just not gonna be, I'm gonna be humble about it. I'm gonna put in the best effort I can. I know Saul is definitely one of, like, I have no flame against them. They're definitely one of the more fightable teams because they're not playing the meta. They always just, stick to their guns and play what they enjoy. So it's more winnable than most things, but it is pretty terrifying not having hunter comps right now. Hopefully hunters properly get all the bugs fixed. Is there an Arena World Champion? I mean, Waz generally wins, yeah. They don't really do NA versus EU that much anymore, but... They don't have a rogue. I set the ninja on a Windwalker, that's doable. Guy's gonna mess up my cap probably. Now we get it. Good that he AoE'd and got in combat and didn't get sapped for the blind sap, but just getting kidney capped on sucks because he's not an orc. Try to see if I can go help the mid fight now. Not breaking that. I'm not, just be annoying. There is the reset on my cooldowns thing. Got that. I can go Shrine again in 20. I'll just duel to not take as much damage here so I can keep spinning the flag. So yeah, I can go attack Shrine again in like 10 seconds, so I need to just dip out. I'm able to get a mount. Head back to Shrine. I mean, the mage is still there. But I need to make sure it's like not a 1v1 for it. Look out, bro. Less than 3. Thank you so much, man.
Less than 3, my friend.
Wait for kidney and I'll just kidney cap it again. Just for the maximum PTSD. Oh my, I accidentally auto attacked. Just kill him. Go back mid again. I get double blades here, that's insane. Because I blades right before I grab the power up thing. Head back to Shrine again, make sure we get it. Probably could just help the other rogue get ruins too. Since it doesn't even seem like they're coming here. I don't know if he's losing this 1v1 or something. It's fine. Maybe the other team just gave up. You should do the campaign on at least one character, but it won't even get you to max level. It'll take you like 5 or 6 hours. Maybe a little longer if you're skipping cutscenes and stuff or don't know your class that well yet. But for like the entire leveling, like the campaign is like a couple hours long, not even. You'll be like level 76 if you tunnel the campaign, no side quests. And then you can like dungeon the rest of the way. There's a boost to 70. And then just like do the campaign till you're like 76. When you finish it and unlock like world quests and stuff, then you can just like dungeon grind the rest. It's pretty quick to level. And then for every character you have max level, it's like 5% easier to level the next one, up to like 25%. If you have like 5 max levels, you have a 25% XP boost. Oh, nice. It's just passive. You don't need to do anything to activate it. You just have the buff if you go on a different character. Nope, nothing you gotta do, so. Just the more max levels you have, the easier it is to level. Doing good. Timers of the flags, that's the base UI. It's just the objective thing in edit mode. Like how you track like a world quest or whatever, it's this. But there is an add-on you can get called capping, but it's like kind of buggy and it doesn't have accurate timers. It'll predict like what score is gonna win for like a node map, which is good. But in Blitz, the cap timers are shorter. A base caps in 30 seconds instead of a minute. So if you'll get you baited by the add-on thinking you have to defend way longer than you are supposed to. I made my own UI. I mean, that's the way to do it. Everyone's UI is their own thing, you know. Why do people think there'd be balance changes today? Because generally they announce changes on a Friday for upcoming Tuesday stuff. They'll always, you know, Friday is the day that they say this is happening on Tuesday, and then half the time they update it and go, actually, this is what's happening on like Sunday. When they miss a bunch of bugs and stuff. And they'll be like, this is the updated list of stuff that's happening. But generally Friday is the day where they're like, okay, this is happening Tuesday. And then people always get you baited and think they happened in now. And they're like, how is the nerfs? And it's like, they didn't happen yet. People fall for it literally every time for like the last 10 years. My UI, yeah. Various alerts. WoW died, what would you play? I'd probably just focus on IRL. I don't really know if there's much more. I'll just like casually play like some single player games and stuff and not stream, but I don't know. I'm not really that much into MMOs anymore. I like Arena. Unless there was something that like equally scratched my brain as much as Arena. League is really, really bad for my mental health. Yeah, just whatever like new release looks good for a brief little bit. I'm not a big FPS person or a big fighting game person. I've already put in my effort to Smash and put in my effort to StarCraft, and you know. I don't know, I'm just gonna play WoW until I can't, because I do love WoW as much as I get angry about it sometimes, you know, but it's just being passionate about it and seeing like a perfect version of WoW that could be like a top 3 category on Twitch again, you know. I played Terran, obviously. I'm not a cheeser or a dampener bitch. Same reason that I play Riven in League. You gotta be fancy, you gotta put in more effort. Yeah, the dragon riding got ripped from Guild Wars, but I don't know. I don't really care about like battleground stuff that much. Like Blitz is kind of a nice little change of pace, but I really, really love Arena. Otherwise I would have quit WoW like decades ago if it wasn't for Arena. I just like the targeting and the interrupts and, you know, the faking people and stuff like that. There's just so much. Doesn't just feel like Wombo Combo Simulator or, you know. I got Masters in Heart of the Swarm. But I never played Legacy of the Void. Tekken? Nah, I'm not a big fighting game person in general. I hate like studying frame data and like, oh, this move comes out on frame 6 and this move comes out. Yeah, I already have too much PTSD of that from Smash. And to me, like, I don't have the instinct to just mash my way through fighting games. Or the knowledge to actually make it make sense. It's just not for me. I think I just got Diamond a couple times back when Diamond wasn't as wide of a range. I never really tried to push higher than that though, but I probably could have gotten Masters back then, but that was like before like all of the Diamond and Emerald changes and all that. And before Iron too. Did I play a Fox player in Smash? Actually, no. So in Melee, I mostly played a little bit of like Sheik and then like a little bit of Falco. But I'm really, really, really bad at Melee. I like only played like versus like friends and stuff. I never tried to get into competitive Melee or like online Melee or anything. And then in Ultimate, I mostly played Wolf and Cloud. Which is against my normal archetype, but of what I normally do, but now cheeser? I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Smash is a little different for me. The difference is you could still play like a really good like poke style of like Sheik too though. Doesn't have to just be like the infinite grabs and stuff. I mean, rating is just subjective, right? There's like bell curves you can do and all that. Yeah, I hope we do well too tomorrow. It's just There's a lot of really, really good teams, and we have not had that much practice, and we've done like no war games either, so we'll see. Just done a couple like YOLO ladder sessions and stuff. Still a lot of synergy that needs to come in the later cups. Yeah, rating is just subjective, right? And it changes every season. Like people's experience versus CR is not always accurate. 1v2, he grabs the stealth site. Pet's gonna hit me, but maybe he doesn't micro his pet because low rating. He's not microing his pet. Oh, they're so sad. Sap the poly on me here. I'll duel the next one, but... And we'll just keep spinning the flag. I only have to stall like 10 more seconds. Which is definitely doable, and then it caps over. It's only 30 seconds to cap a base. Nice, we capped the base. I don't even need to be here anymore. And I guess I can stay, but... One v2 them again, but... So from YouTube, I make less than like 1 to 200 a month, not even. Probably like 100 a month. The YouTube side makes me almost nothing, but the Twitch side, I'm generally making 15 to 2,500 a month. But this month is an exception. We had a lot of crazy support day before yesterday, so we're at 2,500 this month, and I've done less hours than usual this month even because I've been practicing for the tournament a lot. So we're at like 140 hours this month instead of like 160 to 200. So I've been doing a lot of offline practice and stuff. We got Cracer 7 as well. Thank you so much, man. Fitness at 7 for the day. I feel like I've been tunneling this node too much instead of ninjing, but kind of just the momentum of we're keeping 3 of them here. I already did a 1v2 earlier to cap the base twice. So my team should be winning the rest of the map since they're usually sending way more resources here than we are, but I'm actually probably dead off this. I get the Hellstone off. I've meld in 1. I don't get the meld cheap shot. They send another healer here again. Oh, we're definitely not getting that. Not sure how we lost Lumber Mill. Because they have literally like 4 people continuously going to mines, including a healer. I think half our team is just AFK at farm for no reason when it's not even attackable or defendable. So it kind of gets rid of my lead, right? 1v2 to get that base, but... And then got the recap 1v2ing them again. But we lost it the 3rd time around in like a 2v4. I should have mounted over instead of worrying about stealth. I thought it was just freshly getting capped and I would have 30 seconds to take it back. I didn't fully see because of the raid frames. Need to make sure we get Lumber Mill in a second. Not capping. So with our max stands for losing his room mage, yeah. Stables is attackable in 10. I either go defend farm or I try to go ninja stables, but they have a lot of people at stables. It's kind of the riskier play. I wish this mage wasn't coming with me. It's hard to ninja this guy too because he's a pet class, but maybe if it's a dual kidney, it's okay. Then the pet's not on me. I don't think I'll get this. Oh, the pet goes into duel with me. Good to know. I mean, this guy's really squishy though somehow. The world first not tank hunter. I don't think I have time to cap this though. I only have like 30 seconds total. Hopefully this is enough time. I don't know what's interrupting me. Please. Oh, dude, I was like a second off, man. Like, why did the flag keep interrupting? That's so rude. Did he just shoot a volley off and I just didn't see it? And it just kept spinning the flag even though he was dead? I already got this base, so it's a waste of my time to be here. I need to make sure we go win Blacksmith, because that's what decides the game. I mean, I could try to help get stables again too, though. Doesn't seem like anyone's here, but... that's crazy. They just threw the game. Know where you could have stood? I think he shot it like right here. I think if I went around instead of like spam clicking, like I could have maybe max ranged the cap a little better. I mean, the scary thing is like if you get like top 4, I think the cup is like 100 or 200 bucks, and then if you get like first in the cup, it's like a little over 1,000 bucks. It's like only the finals after the gauntlet that matter. If you make it into the gauntlet, it's like 2,500, but then you divide it by 4 and tax it, and you get like 600 bucks. But like, yeah, once you get, if you win like the actual grand final after all the cups and the gauntlet, it's like 12k. This is my alt rogue. Same one though. I didn't name change or anything. Was that with him on a 3-player roster? So I know when I got 2,500 from the gauntlet with Rosita and Flay and Laros, the 2,500 for the gauntlet ended up being 600 bucks. Generally, if you do the math, it's a little like 1200 for first. Proc his dodge before I kidney. JK, I get incapped and do a sweep. If I get behind him, I can just kidney without worrying about the dodge. We just go really big on the Windwalker here if I move. Waste my stun DR. Goal for CC. He did drop combat there for a second. There was some kind of dual bug, but I didn't snap it. My SP is just dying to air. Might be CCing too much this game. Down forever. Actually just dying here, I guess. Nothing I could really do. I vanished in 3. I guess I can just meld. Go with that. Revival. I have a vanish off this if I live. DR lasso. Spamming vanish. Got the vanish off. I gouge into his dodge. I had duel in 3 seconds defensively, but they're just all on DR. I don't know if the Orc Windwalker is the right kill target. I should have just stayed LA more. But I was kind of worried about my SP. It's not a weak aura. It's tied to better Blizz plates and better Blizz frames. Then Erlen, yeah, it's just a macro. He's just spamming it the whole game. I should have evasion in the pet stun here. Or mastery hex on my healer. Can't really stop it. Totem of Wrath. Cloak, it's a lot of damage. Fiend. Resto in 1. Go blind. Capping off that. Pulling trinkets. Maybe get a burrow here too. Think of this crit into the wall. Big packs. Vanish kick the resto in a second. And do a kidney if I can move. Try to bomb this guy here. Lynx, killed it. Nice incap. DR micro piss, cheap shot. Might just be dead here though. cloak off this, but get it off. Protects. I can meld this really soon, but I'm just better. Can't move. Crazy how every class in the game just range chains of ices people, it feels like. Probably should have just gone healer goes more, I think, in this lobby. I think this could have still been like a 5 or 6 win if I just went healers every single round. It's really hard to kill SP and it's really hard to kill Windwalker. And it's... I don't know, there's just so many orcs in here. But I'll just open this guy for a second though, and then we'll swap. Block breaks to air because it's flame shocks it. Images on me, a little scary. Shear. Roll off that. For kidney. Cancel my slice, just so I can keep farming dance charges while disarm. Get the micro annoying thing. Bomb this, hopefully we get something off. Nice incap. Trying to bomb run if I knew they were gonna do that. I can maybe get a half sap, he does a random PR like sweep, works for me. The life swap there. No blind for the next go. Up until grounding. Yeah, so it doesn't micro interrupt, be annoying. Stage, just because they want to tap target me. Kidney healer in a sec. Nice hex. Broke to air. Could maybe just swap kill the Windwalker. Hey, it's Trinket. It's definitely still state SP. I should not have TR'd that. I still kill though. Golden War Mastery heal. Hopefully he gets my fear. If not, blind and hope it doesn't break. Trinkets. Continue his trinket, but I'm still disarmed for a bit. Good shot that heal. So a gouge if I can get there. Spoiler, I cannot. My shaman's gonna die. Bomb myself, yeah. God, this is a weird fucking lobby, man. We're just like triple rod up there. Did it make Shadow look easy? I mean, I don't think he did anything in that lobby. I mean, he's my boy, but... The Shamans are the MVPs. They have really good thunderstorms. I'm gonna screw over my sap. I didn't want to deal with just getting Tremor Totem, that's why I wanted to do my shit. That's awkward. Yeah, I'm just playing bad now. Tilted. Feel kind of slow today. For some reason I thought I had kidney again. I was just gonna pre-bomb kidney. Need to go healers more. Otherwise they're just in early in like the entire game. Flag swap. Evasion, I guess. It was definitely not worth like the 1 hour queue. At least the MMR will be lower, that maybe I can get a queue pop now. But there's a couple times where I just thought I had kidney and didn't. Mess up my sap again. Got the farm off at the same time I dueled. Give myself a giganto fucking Karma Dot. Still trying to just kill him through it. Kidney resto in a sec. Can't really ever make a gouge play though. Try to stun the lasso. He fakes it randomly. The air stun off that. Maybe they can get something more. Meld to go the Windwalker. Meld let me cheap shot, but it didn't let me get a stealth off. But I get no subterfuge, which sucks because I would have liked 3 stuns. I might just die randomly in this lasso. Good disarm. Defensively smoke bomb myself, he grips me out of it. Continue the Windwalker in 1 defensively to not die. Try to stun his trinket, but I shouldn't have pressed Shadow Strike. I have no defensive duel or anything. Just try to kite the best I can. He flashes me back in. I get stunned. Try to step the resto when I get out of the leg sweep. He has no swap for me. Yeah, I'm just dead. Yeah, I just don't know what my win con is. There's just fucking 3 immortal orcs. I think it's just resto goes though, so that they're not always in Northern, but... Yeah, when it gets a higher MMR, shuffle can be a little brutal, but like this shouldn't be a bad lobby. Because it's like wizards, it's not a melee cleave. Like I should be able to kill the rest of Shaman, Windwalker, or Mistweaver. Ellie might be a stretch, SP might be a stretch, but like it shouldn't be that bad. Feel a little slow today. All bugged again. Trying to move my Death Stalker stack so I can blind. I can't. I'll bomb this. He's really far from this healer. Blind healer running in. Zap his trinket. I'll just babysit a third sap just because we overlap sap and hex. I'll cheap shot off that. Try to cloak fear or anything. Dual healer off that. Into kick him into vanish kick again. The aura masteries, so I can't kick. Kill the fiend though. Can you that? Got this trinket, he got the swap off though. Kicks healer. Into a kidney on healer. Trying to get disarmed by Windwalker, try to cheap shot him before he crosses. He hex off that, so I guess I'll go SP, but Rex. I just get double X whip. Nothing I can do for him here. He might just get soloed. Need to get back on the healer in a sec. At least I didn't dance here. It's a fake. Done the fist just to be annoying. I'm gonna be very dance charge starved though, because I've gotten like leg swept and disarmed on almost every dance. That being dies insta. Can you healer before he gets the leg sweep off the in cap? Into a blind sap if my ally can live, but I'm feared, so I can't. He's just going him anyway. Dead, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's just like nothing really that killable. We needed to kill when the full CC chain with the duel was going on, but he just lived at like 10%. Not doing enough rupture pad here though. So I'm like CCing too much. No, it's not with us. It's not Haas's fault. I just needed to play better this lobby. I just keep thinking my kidney's off cooldown when it's not. People have just broken my CC every single round, shamelessly. But gonna get me off that, but I cocooned himself. Getting healer in a sec, but he might just be dead to air here. Somehow my fucking step kidney dodges, even though I'm behind him with shadow step. Love to see it. Duel for burrow here. Doesn't even need to burrow. Blind off that. To gouge trinket. I give him precog on it. I can't. I just die this global. I have a bomb for myself, but I press dance shadow strike. God, that's brutal. Almost feels like a fucking win trade at that point, almost. I think it's just I need to tunnel healers and not CC at all. Like I should just literally take all the CC off my bars and just tunnel the healer the whole game on that lobby. Can't trust anyone not to just break every single CC I do. I don't think I had a single blind sap that entire lobby. And I was just going people into Earthern too much. Still got it. I mean, yeah, bad lobbies happen, but I could have had more accurate kicks. I could have tried to do less CC. But I don't think Ellie is an easy target to kill as an orc, and I don't think SP is ever an easy target to kill unless like you have a hunter one-shotting them the whole game. And then I don't think Orc Windwalker is even that cheesable. Take a 5er? Nah. I might have some Team 3 stuff I gotta do soon, so might take a break. Glad yet? Nah, I haven't played that much like 3s. It's only like 1 or 2 glads in the world. We've been over the CR a few times, and I'm like halfway done with my wins, but yeah, the Hurricane's brutal. Yeah, I think I might go do some IRL stuff, and then like take a break and get a snack, and then I'm probably gonna practice with the team for a little bit, and then maybe I'll do a second stream tonight. Hopefully, I know I keep saying that, but practice and stuff's been brutal. Yeah, we made it to tomorrow, so yeah, I'm probably gonna do a little bit of warm-up practice and all that, and then I also just don't want to fry myself. Solo queue is just so boring sometimes. I gotta like kind of not get a whole bunch of bad habits from like trying to play too much in solo queue. So I'm gonna take a little break, and then maybe back in like 4 or 5 hours. Probably not, but we'll see. If not, you know, tomorrow after the tournament we'll be live all day, obviously. Assuming we don't make it to the grand finals, but if we do, then, you know, maybe I'll like get off to practice, but kind of do like a watch party kind of thing. And yeah, we'll figure it all out. But appreciate you all. Unreal support the last few days. Sorry the streams have been shorter because of the tournament. I appreciate you all, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Wish me luck. Hopefully I'm, you know, a little less slowed than I am today. I've been feeling a little like weird upset stomach from last night. But yeah, GG's.